It is my pleasure to welcome you this evening to the Minnesota Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. All are welcome here. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm Reverend Diana McLean, and it's my privilege to serve as minister of this congregation. And tonight I am joined in worship leadership by our worship associate, Sarah Collins. We extend an especially warm welcome to you if this is your first time here or if it has been a long time since you were last here. And we hope that perhaps you'll join us again sometime soon for a Sunday morning service. Each time Unitarian Universalists gather in worship, we light our chalice, the symbol of our faith. The words we say vary from week to week, but often they speak of things such as the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. One of the people who modeled all of those things for us was Jesus of Nazareth. And so tonight, on Christmas Eve, we gather to celebrate his story and express gratitude for his life and ministry. As we do so, may we be inspired by his example to allow our own light to shine in all that we do as we seek to nurture our own spirits and heal our world. Our opening words this evening are "What Are You Here For?" by United Church of Christ pastor Quinn Caldwell. If you came to this place expecting a tame story, you came to the wrong place. If you came for a story that does not threaten you, you came for a different story than the one we tell. If you came to hear of the coming of a God who only showed up so that you could have a nice day with your loved ones, then you came for a God whom we do not worship here. For even a regular baby is not a tame thing, and goodness that cannot threaten complacency and evil is not much good at all. And a God who would choose to give up power and invincibility to become an infant for you certainly didn't do it just so you could have dinner. But if you came because you think that unwed teenage mothers are some of the strongest people in the world, if you came because you think that the kind of people who work third shift doing stuff you'd rather not do might attract an angel's attention before you, snoring comfortably in your bed would. If you came because you think that there are wise people to be found among undocumented travelers from far lands and that they might be able to show you God. If you came to hear a story of tyrants trembling while heaven comes to peasants. If you came because you believe that God loves the animals as much as the people and so made them the first witnesses to the saving of the world. If you came for a story of reversals that might end up reversing you. If you came for a tale of adventure and bravery where strong and gentle people win and the powerful and violent go down to dust. Where the rich lose their money but find their lives, and the poor are raised up like kings. If you came to be reminded that God loves you too much to leave you unchanged. If you came to follow the light even if it blinds you. If you came for salvation and not safety, then my friends, you are in the right place. Come, let us worship together. I invite you to rise in body or spirit for our first carol of the evening, O Come All Ye Faithful.
Joyful and triumphant, O come ye Luke chapter 2, 1 through 20. In those days, a decree went up from Emperor Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration and was taken while Quirinius was governor of Syria. All went to their towns to be registered. Joseph also went from the town of Nazareth to Galilee to Judea, to the city of David called Bethlehem, because he was descended from the house and family of David. He went to be registered with Mary, to whom he was engaged and who was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for her to deliver her child. And she gave birth to her firstborn son and wrapped him in bands of cloth and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. In that region where the shepherds living in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night, then the angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord showed around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all of the people. For to you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in bands of cloth and laying in a manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace among those whom he favors." When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go now to Bethlehem and see this thing that has taken place, which the Lord has made known to us." So they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the child lying in the manger. When they saw this, they made known what had been told them about this child, and all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds told them. But Mary treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen, as it had been told them. Now please rise in body or spirit as we sing our next hymn, "O Little Town of Bethlehem."
See thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars
from Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 12. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, asking, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we observed his star at its rising and have come to pay him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all Jerusalem with him. And calling together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it has been written by the prophet. And you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod secretly called for the wise men and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word so that I may also go and pay him homage." When they had heard the king, they set out, and there, ahead of them, went the star that they had seen at its rising, until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. On entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother, and they knelt down and paid him homage. Then, opening their treasure chests, they offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for their own country by another road. Now please join us and rise in body and spirit, or spirit. It came upon a midnight clear.
It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old. From ages
Please join me in the responsive reading, Why Not a Star? Your part will be the bold on screen in just a moment. There we go. All right. They told me that when Jesus was born, a star appeared in the heavens above the place where the young child lay. When I was very young, I had no trouble believing wondrous things. I believed in the star. It was a wonderful miracle, part of a long ago story foretelling an uncommon life. They told me a supernova appeared in the heavens in its dying burst of fire. When I was older and believed in science and reason, I believed the story of the star explained. But I found I was unwilling to give up the star, fitting symbol for the birth of one whose uncommon life has been long remembered. The star explained became the star understood, for Jesus, for Buddha, for Zarathustra. Why not a star? Some bright star shines somewhere in the heavens each time a child is born. Who knows what it may foretell? Who knows what uncommon life may yet again unfold if we but give it a chance? It is our custom in this congregation to donate our Christmas Eve offering to replenish the minister's discretionary fund, which is a fund that I, as the minister, am able to use to provide confidential financial support to those in need in our community. In the past, this fund has helped people with things like medical bills, housing and utility costs, car repairs, and more. In this time when so many of our neighbors are struggling, this is a tangible ministry that we can offer. I invite you to please give as generously as you are able.
On this day, everywhere, children's songs fill the air. Greet the child new and fair. Christmas Day so holy, born in stable lowly. Ide-o, oh, oh, Ide-o, oh, oh, Ide-o, Gloria, in excelsis Deo.
Our responsive reading asked us to consider what uncommon life may yet again unfold if we but give it a chance. 2,000 years ago, the stories tell us an uncommon life unfolded because Mary said yes to an unplanned pregnancy, because Joseph raised a child he did not father, because an innkeeper offered shelter to strangers, and because wise men did not follow the orders of a tyrant who would have ended that life. A cornerstone of our Unitarian Universalist theology is our belief in the inherent worth and dignity of every person. The idea that we have value and dignity not because of what we achieve, but simply because we are. We also believe in original blessing rather than original sin, that every person is born not in a fallen state of sin, but in a state of grace. These beliefs tell us that truly every child could go on to live an uncommon life. Every child, every poor, homeless, or hungry child, every child born to an unwed mother, every adopted and foster child, every immigrant child, every indigenous child, every Muslim child, every child with a disability, every brown or black child, every queer child, every transgender child, every single child. The challenge inherent in the Christmas story is not only how to live up to the example set by the life and ministry of Jesus of Nazareth, but how to act in the world in a way that honors the sacred nature of every human being, from birth through death, and to do our part in allowing uncommon lives like his to unfold. We do this when we support organizations that help children and youth, including this congregation's December sharing partner, Oasis for Youth. We do this when we make time to be really present to the children in our lives, whether they are our children, our grandchildren, foster children, students, neighbors, or have come into our lives in any way. We do this when we acknowledge that the children among us have much to teach us, as well as much to learn from us. I have often said in all seriousness that my son has been my best teacher. A child can teach us about being in the present moment as well as any meditation instructor I've ever met. A child can teach us, or perhaps remind us, about wonder and awe. This season is one example of that. How many of us have had the experience of being overwhelmed or even frustrated or jaded by the commercial version of the holiday season, the one filled with too many expectations that we'll never meet, only to see a child's delight, not only with the presents, although usually also with the presents, but with snowflakes or lights on trees or the baby Jesus in a manger. And when we see that child's delight, we can feel ourselves relax a little, remembering long ago days when the holidays were that magical for us. When we see every child as capable of greatness, of living an uncommon life that may bring hope, love, joy, and peace into the world as we anticipate through each Advent season, we receive a gift every time we are in the presence of a child, or even hear of the birth of a child, as we recently did in our congregation, into which a new baby was born just about 10 days ago. Every child can become for us a symbol of possibility, of life continuing amidst even the most difficult times. The image of a star shining to announce the birth of one who would bring hope and healing is an image we can turn to in difficult times filled with challenges and worries. The children are both our hope for the future and our reason for helping to create the future we want for ourselves and for them, and beyond them, for the children of generations to come. Every night, in all parts of the world, there are children being born. One of them, from who knows what humble beginning, may be the next one to save the world, may be the one to teach us how to really live into the promise of peace on earth and goodwill to all. May it be so.
Within the shining of a star, we catch a glimpse of who we are. In every infant born we see the hope of our nativity. The miracle of each new birth can shake and save the stony earth. Triumphantly the newborn's cry strikes hope flows from the waiting sky.
Another Christmas Eve, and this is very special because the reflection that you just said is very similar to my story. And so thank you, Reverend Diana. As many of you know, I tell this story on Christmas Eve in memory of my daughter, Carissa Hayen. It was first told by Terry Sweetser at First Universalist Church in 1991. The Blue Angel. At the time Jesus was to be born, there were vast preparations in heaven. Word had gone out that there was to be an unheard of reception for this child. God had said Jesus was to be an example of how divine love could live in the world. So the heavenly host was practicing all their hymns and getting ready to descend en masse when the baby was born. One of the angels was perplexed by this. She was a grand singer and loved making joyous music with the host, but this performance seemed wrong. God's love, she had been taught, is born into every child. She wondered why then such a special commotion should be made about this baby. Then the big day happened, what we call Christmas Day. Jesus was born, and the heavenly host, with all the angels, descended to sing. This one angel started to descend with the host, but halfway down to Bethlehem, she flew away from the others. She thought Jesus was getting enough attention. There must be other babies born tonight, a baby who doesn't even have a manger to lie in or the warmth of animals. She looked for that baby, born in even worse circumstances. As she passed over the world, she saw many babies who needed love and was about to choose, when off to the side of a path in a remote northern place, she heard the cry of a babe so cold its little hands were blue. As she hovered there, the angel saw the baby's mother and father huddled around it, equally blue and cold, trying to share what little warmth they had with the infant. At once the angel began to sing. It was not the big sound of the heavenly host, but it was a strong, clear song of hope. As she sang, the landscape filled with radiant light and the warmth of love, and a fire ignited by the little family. As soon as the couple and their daughter warmed, the angel reached down and gently held the baby, and then danced across the sky with her. At dawn, when the angel left, the new family, warmed by the fire, wondered in hope at these things. When the festivities were over for Jesus and the heavenly host returned to heaven, word got out that one angel hadn't gone with the choir. An archangel called her forward and asked why she had not stayed within the group. The angel said simply, "Every child is a holy child, and every babe needs at least one angel to sing and dance it into the joy of life." And she told about the shivering blue baby in the ditch and how she had warmed it with her dance of hope. "I did it," the angel said, "for she too may save the world." All of the heavenly host was touched by this story, and the archangel finally said, "Forever you shall be known as the Blue Angel, for you have gone into the blue, bitter cold of the world and warmed it with your love." Since that time, the story goes, the Blue Angel visits every baby that is born, and she dances across the sky with it. And she blesses it with warmth for the coldness of the world. Sometimes, late at night, the sky fills with the light of their dancing, and you can see it. She comes again to each of us at this season, bearing for the shivering baby within us the spirit of Christmas. She comes, but whether we feel her warmth or not depends on how hard with the world's bitter cold we have become. Let us welcome her tonight for all the babies ever born to save the world.
Thank you, Linda. In just a little while, we will be extinguishing our chalice, but before we do that, we have one more carol to sing, and we will do that by candlelight. And I don't know if this is the way you've always done it here logistically, so I'll just walk through it. But what we will do is Sarah and I will light our candles from the chalice, and then we will come down through the sanctuary to spread the light to you, to those of you on the ends of aisles, and then you will share the light with your neighbors. For safety, I ask that you please only tip the unlit candle into the flame of the lit candle. Please do not tip the candle once it is lit. We will take the lights down after Sarah and I have done the aisle so that we have light for that. And then when all of our candles are lit, we will sing Silent Night by the light of our candles. After the carol ends, we will bring the lights back up and we will ask you to extinguish your candle. And at that point, we will also extinguish the chalice and we'll ask you to put your candles in the container in the foyer as you leave. invite you to extinguish your candles, and then I will extinguish the chalice. And although I didn't put a slide in for this, I did apparently put the words in the order of service. So we will say our usual Sunday morning chalice extinguishing. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Who knows what uncommon life might begin this very night? And so we sing, and so we worship, and so we allow ourselves to experience wonder. May we remember to do that tonight and always. Merry Christmas, and may peace be with us all.